Hello, friends of Sudoku, and welcome to the New York Times Hard Sudoku Puzzle. Today is Tuesday, the 14th of November, 2023. We are going to break open this puzzle somehow. Quite a lot of givens. Yesterday's puzzle from the New York Times was not easy. Let's see how this one turns out. We have a couple of 2's blocking these squares, so 2 must go here. 9 and 8. Let's first deal with the 8. This 8 blocks down, this 1 blocks over, this 1 blocks up, and 8 must go here, therefore. And this 8 blocks down, this 8 blocks over. One of these two positions must be an 8. And this ghost 8 blocks up, this 8 blocks up, and this 8 here blocks across. So an 8 must go here. Let me see about these 3 squares. They seem to must be a 2, 6, and a 7. And we can place a 7 here. And how is that? Well, this 7 blocks across here. It also blocks across here, giving me a 7 here, here, or here. This goes to 7, blocks across. So a 7 for block 4 is restricted to these 2 squares. Therefore, this must be a 7, and these 2 must be a 2 and a 6. Seeing this 1 and 8 and this 1 and 8 tells me that a 1 and an 8 must go in 2 of these 3 squares down here. The 8, of course, can't go here. We're going to have a 9 here in one of these 2 squares because of this 9 and this 9. And we're going to have a 9 either here or here because this 9 blocks up. This 9 blocks over, 9 goes here or here, blocking down. So these 4 squares can't be 9s. Back to the easy ones, the 3 here and the 3 here block across. This 3 blocks up, so a 3 goes here. Now I'm pretty interested in row 2. We still need to find 5 numbers, namely a 3, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So there's a 7, 9, 3, and an 8 blocking this square. It must be a 6. Now a 3, 7, 8, 9 here. There's an 8, 3, and a 9 blocking this square. It must be a 7. And these 2 7s, of course, block these 4 positions. So a 7 must go here. This 5 blocks across here. One of these must be a 5. Therefore, one of these must be a 5. A 4, 5, 7, 9 here. 7, 9, this is a 4, 5. 9. It's all a little unclear still. We have a 5 blocking down here, 5 blocking over. One of these is a 5. Therefore, we have a 5 either here or here. We are also going to have a 6 in one of these 2 squares in the top row. The other one must be a 1 because we have a 1, 6 here. We have a 1, 6 here, so 1 and 6 go here. That leaves 3 squares to figure out. They can't be 1, 6. They must be a 2, 3, and a 5. We have a 2 blocking here and here, so here's a 2, and here a 3 and a 5. The 3 blocks up. Here's a 5. Here's a 3. So about those 2's, we know that one of these is a 2, right? Because the other one is a 6. We figured that out earlier. This 2 blocks it down, giving me a 2 here, here, or here. However, these 2's here prevent 2's from going here. Therefore, the 2 goes here. Now it's easy to figure out that these must be a 9 and an 8. The 9 blocks up, 8 goes here, and 9 here. The last number in the row is a 3. It must go here. This 3 blocks down. This 3 blocks down. This 3 blocks over. Here's a 3. 2 3's block these 5 squares. This 3 blocks this square. Therefore, a 3 must go here. Is there anything else that is obvious? Well, these are 1 and 6. We know that. Therefore, these must be a 2. 4 and a 9. 2, 4 and a 9. Doesn't seem possible to solve that yet. 5, 7, 8 and a 9 here. 7, 9 puts an 8 or a 5 in this square. The 9, of course, still must go here or here. 5 here or here. We talked about that. Remember, because this 5 blocks down, this blocks over. One of these must be a 5 blocking over. And this 5 blocks down. A 6 must go either here or here, and therefore, because of this 6 blocking down, a 6 is restricted to one of these 2 squares here. Since we found this a 2, however, the 8 blocks down and over. Here's an 8. I nearly overlooked that. We also remember the 1, right? The 1 blocks down and down, so here's a 1. Along here, we need a 4, 7, and a 6. 7 blocks here, 7 blocks here. Here's a 7. 4, 6 here now, and 4 and 6 here. Not possible to solve yet. But if these are 4 and 6, then these must be a 5, 9, and a 3. The 3 blocks here and here, and therefore this is a 3, and this is a 5. Now these must be a 5 and a 9, because these are 4 and 6, and 5 and 9 are still missing in the collection for the column. 5, 9, 2, 6, 4, 7. 7 blocks over, 4 goes here and 7 here. So now we have a 4 blocking over, and therefore 4 goes here or here, blocking over. One of these must be a 4. For the row, we also still need a 5 and a 9. And I really can't solve that yet. For some reason, this is a 5, 9. Well, it'll just have to wait a moment, won't it? 1, 4, 5, 6. 1, 4, 6 blocking. Here's a 5. Now we have 5 here or here. 1, 4, 6. 6 blocks down, 6 goes here or here, but I think I mentioned that earlier. 1 goes here or here. 7, 8, 9. 7 blocks over. I really can't tell much about the 7, so there must be a 7 here or here and here or here. I don't want to deal with unique rectangles. I don't think it's going to be necessary for this puzzle. It'll just take a couple of minutes longer. We have a 2 and a 6 here, right? This is a 5, 9, so it can't be a 2 and it can't be a 6. So the only 2 squares available for a 2 and a 6 in this row are these 2. Isn't that nice? And that, I think, leads to the next conclusion. And the conclusion is that this square can't be a 1, because it must be a 2 or a 6, right? So, and we have a 1 blocking here. So one of these must be a 1. One of these must be a 1, right? Now let us look at this square. It can't be a 1 because the 1 must go here or here. It cannot be a 2 or a 3. It could be a 4, but not a 5, not a 6, not a 7, not an 8 or a 9. This is a 4. And that just might break this puzzle open, but I don't know yet. Now let's deal with these squares. They must be a 6, 1, and an 8. We have an 8 and a 1 here, so here is a 6, in fact. And therefore, this has got to be the 4. This 4 blocks up, this 4 blocks over, here's a 4. We know that 4 had to go in one of these 3 squares. These 4s now force the 4 to go here. And here we're looking for a 9 and a 2 now. The 9 blocks up, here's a 2, here is the 9. This 9 blocks down, this 9 blocks up, and 9 therefore must go here. So now we have a 9 blocking across here, giving me a 9 for this square. Blocking across, giving me a 9 for this square, and we know that this one therefore must be a 5, because still these are 4 and 6, remember? So now we have a 5 blocking across here, and a 5 blocking up here, so here's the next 5. And these two 5s block these 3 squares, therefore this must be a 5. We know that one of these had to be a 5. The 5 now also blocks down, giving me a 5 for row 8, like so. Here we're looking now for a 1 and a 6. And we also have a 6 here, so that's a little unclear. Let's look elsewhere for the next number. 2 and a 6 here still. Here we only need a 7 and an 8 now. The 8 blocks over, giving me a 7 and an 8, like so. Here are 1 and an 8. The 8 blocks down, therefore the 1 must go here and the 8 must go here. And this has got to be a 1, which blocks this square. Therefore I have a 1 here and a 1 up here, and here I have the 6. This is also a 6 because it's the last missing number in this block. So this 6 blocks up, giving me a 6 here. We remember the 2 6s here. Now here is a 6 and here's a 2. Here we need a 1 and here we need a 2. Here we need a 6 and a 4, remember? The 6 now blocks over, giving me a 4 here and a 6 here. Now we have a 4 here and a 7 here. Quite an interesting puzzle today. There may be, no, I'm sure that there are more solution paths than the one that I stumbled upon. But finding the 4 here actually cracked the puzzle. So sometimes you just have to be lucky or tenacious. Whichever, we solved it. That's it for today. Thank you for watching and bye for now.